presentation on Bob Dylan. I and Pooja will present this presentation. These are the members which have collaboratively worked to prepare this presentation. So let us start with the biography of Bob Dylan. These are some important points. Introduction, biography, major themes of his writing, Bob Dylan and the dialectic of enlightenment, critical lyricist in the age of high capitalism. This is a research article by Tony Fluxman. Then we'll discuss genre, important, and his liking instruments, his writing style, award and achievements, notable works, and then we'll compare Dylan and Gulzar, the writing style of both these lyricists, and then we'll conclude it. I will deal with the first half of the presentation, and then it will be taken over by Pooja. So let us first discuss the biography of Bob Dylan. His original name was Robert Allen Zimmerman, and he was born on 24th May 1941 in Duluth, Minnesota, US. He grew up in the city of Hibbing. As a teenager, he played in various bands, and with time, his interest in music was deepened, and with a particular passion for American folk music and blues. Blues is a literary style and which deals with spirituality and work song, normal day-to-day work song. One of his idol was the folk singer Woody Guthrie. Now, biography is still continued. He also influenced by the early author of the Beat. What is this Beat generation? Literary movement started by a group of authors whose work explored and influenced American culture and politics in the post-war era. So this particular Beat generation was founded after the World War, as well as by the modernist poets. So this Beat generation and modernist poets with whom Bob Dylan was included. He generally moved from folk to rock music in the 1960s, infusing the lyrics of rock and roll. So from folk to rock, there was a transition between his music. This is the very important point of his biography as well as his literary career. He got Nobel Prize in Literature in 2016 in this 21st century only. Was awarded to Bob Dylan for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. His songs were rooted in the rich tradition of American folk music and are influenced by the poets of modernism and the beatnik movement. Beatnik movement is an anti-materialistic movement in America. So these are some major themes on which Dylan used to write. War and violence that we can see in his famous songs like Blowing in the Wind, Knocking on Heaven's Door. Then protest songs, religion, love, moved from folk to rock music, infusing the lyrics of folk, rock and roll. This is one of the most important, I can say, most influencing research article by Tony Fluxman. It talks generally about the thematic concerns and writing style of Bob Dylan. I personally found this article very much interesting and also informative. So I would like to request you all to refer this article at once, and I have given the link of this article at the end of the presentation in citation. In what Tony Fluxman says in this article, Bob Dylan and the dialect of enlightenment, critical lyricist in the age of high capitalism. So let us see what he conveys by this paper. A profound critique of the firm's domination in late capitalist society. So, in a way, his works are in the area of capitalism that we can see in all of his works. Then protest songs, the destructive effect of Enlightenment society, but songs doesn't provide overall character of the system. Though he tries to give some kind of ideas in his works about the era of enlightenment, idea of enlightenment, but though we cannot say that overall concept in his works. Racist ideology, white and black. Sophisticated critical perspectives, mythical touches. So he gives a kind of impact of mythical concern in his songs. Human situations are unchangeable. Political criticism also that we will see at the end of this research paper's analysis, how his interest in his works and thematic concerns changed by the time of his life. Thomas Gray argues that Dylan's aesthetic undergoes a profound change at that time. So continuously his interest in his works and thematic concerns are changing by the time. After this, he doesn't change his political ideology, but it was replaced by critics. So at the first phase of his life, he wrote about the political concerns, but as time passes, he is not trying to stop there, but he changes the subject from political criticism to social criticism. He criticized social institutions are approached through the artist's own experience. What he felt, what he experienced through his life is depicted in his work. Then he suddenly from political to social and now social to self-criticism. Personal realm refuses involvement from confusion of the society, evil mechanism of society. Now he is getting a kind of confusion in social norms, so he just tried to move away from that social criticism and he tried to center at self. Then personal truth. So by this research paper we come to know about three critical stages in the works of Bob Dylan. First political, then social and self. That's what Tony Fluxman argues about the critical situation in the works of Bob Dylan. Now his most famous genre and instruments. Folk, blues I have explained earlier, then rock, gospel. Gospel is related to Christianity, Christian thematic study. Then country songs, traditional pop and jazz. Jazz is like instrument which is played by a mouth with the help of lips and a mouth. His famous instruments are vocal, guitar, harmonica. Harmonica is also like that instrument and keyboards. In this GIF you can see the harmonica instrument. His writing style is known for its verbal dexterity with social commentary and adept handling of metaphor and rhyme. This dexterity means his verbal skill, how to deliver all that. He was dominated by his verbal skills, how he delivers particular song, particular theme. His lyrics have had a profound influence on writer as well as other musicians. Allen Ginsberg, on first hearing Dylan's music, wrote, "I heard hard rain and wet." So she was completely fan of that Bob Dylan. He used a simple rhyming scheme that we can see in his songs. He is famous for his poetry and folk music. So this is all about my part. Now I would like to call Pooja for take over the other part of the presentation. Thank you.
like to deal with presentation and slides. So I would like to start with my part with award and achievements given to Bob Dylan. So first is Nobel Prize in Literature in 2016, then Grammy Awards for Album of the Year in 1999 and with 1973. The Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2012. The Grammy Award for Order They Are They Letters 1990, Pulitzer Prize Special Citations and Awards in 2008, then Golden Globe Award for Best Original Songs in 2001. Now other awards given to him, like Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2001, then Kennedy Center Honors in 1997, other Grammy Awards, then Quill Award for Biography in 2005, and Emmy Awards for Best Songwriter in 1976. Now he wrote so many famous songs and notable works like Another Side of Bob Dylan, Before the Flood, Blonde and Blonde, Blood on the Tracks, and others. Now this is the line of some of his famous songs, which is very important from his songs and interesting to read and heard. Like Just Like Woman, these are the lines from the Mr. Tambourine Man. The times they are changing, and these two famous quotes given by him, very inspirational. Like all this talk about equality, the only thing people really have in common is that they are all going to die. He through this line he also tells the reality of life, that in the end we all going to die. Then second one is no one is free, even the birds are chained to the sky. This is a bitter truth, but it is a truth. Now his famous song, The Rolling Stones. This is a very popular song released in July 20, 1965 by Columbia Records. This poem is like revolutionary in its combination of musical excellence, the youthful, cynical sound of Dylan's voice. These songs inspire so many youth. That's why it's called youthful, inspirational song. This song can be seen as a warning about dangers of living potentioususly, going along with the crowd and not treating others appropriately. This line also shows the humanity, how we have to react to humans. This tells us there are benefits of being on the lower level of society. Normally people say that who have a high quality or a higher level education and have rich people, they are normally noticeable. But Bob Dylan and his song shows that value of lower society and lower level is also important, and how it is noticeable. It is a folk rock song. It is statistically the most acclaimed song of all times. Now Bob Dylan and Gulzar. To calling a comparison between Bob Dylan and Gulzar, it is a bit of unreasonable, though I tried to deal with that. First is his full name, Robert Allen Zimmerman. The full name of Gulzar is Sampurna Singh Kalra. He is a singer and songwriter. He is not singer, but he is Urdu poet, lyricist, author, screenwriter, and film director. He won Academic Award. He too award Academic Award. He win Grammy Award. He also win Grammy Award. Other awards like Grammy Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Nobel Prize for Literature. He won Sahitya Akademi Award, the Padma Bhushan and Dada Saheb Phalke Award, which is very noticeable in Indian literature. Now he has a style of simple rhymes, Abby in his song. The other very famous and his most lovely style of writing is the Budi Gudri tradition. Now, what is Budi Gudri tradition? So, Budi Gudri was also an American singer who used to write in a traditional ballad, traditional folk ballads. He also used that style in his songs and wrote ballads. And he used Trivedi style of stanza. Gulzar used to write in Trivedi style of stanza. Trivedi with the name, we say that this is a 3-line stanza, but the theory says that this stanza has 4 lines, but the third one is a space, and that space connected with the fourth line. So it is not noticeable, but it is there. So it is Trivedi style of stanza. The songs, important songs we already seen, Blowing in the Wind and The Hard Rains Are Gone Fall. These two songs of him inspired youth, and some have some kind of a bit of political influence is there. But what he wrote, Tujhse Naraz Nahi Zindagi, I choose this song because this song is an inspiration for a life. It has a truth of life. I would like to call 2 lines from this song, like मुस्कुराए तो मुस्कुराने के कर्ज उतारने होंगे. The line from this song, like if we want to smile, we have to pay for it. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes we cry, but things that oh God, I cry. Now I have to I cry. Now I have to laugh. Or there is a કહેવત in Gujarati that એટલું બધું હસમાં રડવું પડશે. Like that, if we want to smile, we have to pay with crying. And the second is मुसाफिर हूँ यारो, ना मेरा पता है ना कोई ठिकाना. Okay, this song profound, very enthusiastic by the character in song, but we can connect this मुसाफिर हूँ यारो, ना घर है ना ठिकाना with the poverty. How? Because a person who doesn't have home or a space to live there, he always try to wander and always surrounding here from there. The rose rose डाली डाली, rose rose डाली डाली भंवरा लिख जाए. This song has I like to connect this song with life, that if one believe in fate, that fate always, like there is a thing that in our that છઠ્ઠીના દિવસે વિધાતા લેખ લખે છે, એવી રીતના fate wrote every day what we are what in our life going to have in future. This song is from the movie Angur, and Angur movie based on Shakespeare's comedy of Errors. Now let's sum up with, I would like to sum up with these 2 quotation. These two, Tom Petty and Neil Young was influencer of Bob Dylan, influenced by Bob Dylan. He influenced my songwriting. Of course, he influenced everybody's songwriting. Bob Dylan, I'll never be Bob Dylan. He's the master. If I would like to be anyone, it's him. Now this is work citation and the link of article which Trushali explained. So thank you.